Hi, and welcome to this Fast Fun Facts about Mary Kay and the opportunity and how it's changed my life, not once, but twice. My name is Jordan Harton, and I am an independent sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics. And if you are checking out this video, it's most likely so that your friend, neighbor, sister, aunt, niece, mom, somebody is part of my team, and you are watching just because you are either A, interested in the opportunity, or B, supporting them and helping them in a challenge. Or maybe you're trying to enter to win a beautiful Michael Kors handbag. We do give out to every single month to a consultant and a lucky customer. So thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to just listen a little bit about the opportunity. You know what? The one thing I ask is that you have an open mind and open ears, because I surely, honestly never thought that I would be somebody to do Mary Kay. So just to tell you a little bit about who I am and my backstory and how I got started with the business is I'm going to rewind quite a bit, actually. My mom did Mary Kay for years. And when I say she did Mary Kay, she didn't really do anything, okay? So she signed her beauty agreement basically just to get the discount. I'm the youngest of three girls. Can you imagine? I'm personally a mom of a 9 and 5-year-old, a little boy and a little girl, and I can't imagine having three girls. I'm like, oh my goodness. My one daughter goes through enough laundry. I mean, goodness, right? And so my mom actually signed up really honestly just for the discount. She knew growing up or raising three women, right? Three teenagers that turned into women, she needed the opportunity to save money on cosmetics in the house. And so she started her Mary Kay business just for that reason. She never had a skincare class, never did a party, never sold anything outside of our household. She basically came to us with a catalog once a quarter and was like, what do you want? What do you need? And so honestly, and I didn't really need much because I'd always just take her samples. I was like, oh, I just need some more samples of that mascara I really like. But to be completely honest, as I grew up and grew out of the house, I became a very avid MAC junkie. I even went to Sephora and Ulta quite a bit. When I thought makeup, I did not think Mary Kay. I thought skincare Mary Kay because I grew up on it, but I did not think Mary Kay when it came to makeup. So I love makeup now, but back in the day I didn't. I didn't really even know what it was. I just had my one chapstick, lip gloss, and mascara, and eyeliner. That was kind of what I did. And so I didn't really understand the opportunity at all, and I didn't really understand the importance of the products and taking care of your skin either, because even though my mom had the discount, she definitely didn't have the knowledge because she wasn't really an active beauty consultant as far as teaching us to really take care of your skin and why. And so anyways, now fast forward back in 2008, I found myself in a very different time in my life, and I never knew why God introduced the Mary Kay opportunity to me at that time, when I was in that moment of 2008. But what had happened was I was a very young mother. I actually had a 18-month-old when I was introduced to the Mary Kay opportunity. I got married very young. I was a mom very young, and I was actually divorced very young. And so I found myself, after I had started Mary Kay, just months after, actually, I found myself separated and going through a divorce. And I just remember going into 2008, I was praying for something in my life. I was praying for a spiritual, financial, and emotional increase and boost, because I just was in a rut. I was at a place in my life where I didn't know how I was going to make money. I didn't know how I was going to make it work. I didn't know how I was going to be independent. And I surely didn't know how I was going to raise a child, having to work all the time to be able to support a child. So I surely was not looking for Mary Kay at all. I assure you, Mary Kay actually found me. It was complete and total accident. And so I actually started my agreement because did I think I was going to earn a free car? No. Did I hope I would earn a free car? Absolutely. I needed a free car in my life. I was, get this, a soon-to-be single mom with no car. Like, how does that happen to one, right? And so that was me. And so I was 22 years old, you guys. I was just like very young. I was naive. I had no idea. I was clueless. I was sad. I was struggling. I had the confidence of a peanut. I needed women. I needed fellowship. I needed finances. I needed so much in my life at that time. And so Mary Kay definitely came into my life at a time where the Lord knew I needed it the most. And so signed my beauty agreement. 4 months later, I actually earned my first free car. Back in the day, it was a Pontiac G6. They don't even make those anymore. And then I went on to become a sales director with a company, which is the top 2% of the sales force. So I told God my plan. right? I was like, this is awesome. I love my job. I'm with such amazing women, full of Christ, full of joy, full of enthusiasm. I now have the confidence that I had once upon a time before I was crushed, before life happened, right? We always say that as little girls, we have such big dreams, and as big girls, we lose our dreams, right? We grow up and we realize there is no glass slipper, there is no castle, there is no queen or secret prince charming, right? And so I was kind of crushed, and so when I started my Mary Kay life, I realized I could dream big again. It was exciting. I got a chance to think about earning a diamond, think about earning a trip to Rome or Hawaii, or a trip down the Mediterranean Greek Isle. Whatever I wanted to do, I got to make the potential income that I wanted to make on my own time, my own flexibility, with my own schedule, being a mom first and foremost, being a woman that was able to enrich the lives of other moms that needed an opportunity like this. So I fell in love with it. And I told God I was never getting remarried and never having any more kids, because I loved my life so much. And I just knew that that's why God put me on this earth, that I knew that a husband and more children were not in my plans. Well, you know what they say, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, right? So God actually gifted me with an amazing, amazing husband and spouse in life. And he is somebody that I couldn't have even pieced him together, right? He's the most supportive husband ever. And I found myself remarried, and I was pregnant with our daughter. And he looked at me and he said, Jordan, have you ever thought about just letting yourself depend on me? I thought, well, no. Honestly, I haven't. I think anytime anyone's been in a situation where you've been a single mom before, it's very hard to depend on somebody else. But what I've learned, especially in the last year to 2 years of really getting back into Mary Kay, is I don't really enjoy being independent. I enjoy being successful. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. And that's my son going across the street. So give me 1 second. Okay. Yes, I am a mother. I've got a 9 and 5-year-old, and so that's completely fine. That's fine. Y'all go upstairs. So anyways, so that's just a little bit about how I got started in Mary Kay the first time, how I was kind of introduced to it, and that's how I got into really the Mary Kay realm, and that's kind of how I got out of the Mary Kay realm. Okay, guys, go upstairs. So anyways, so I found myself kind of at a crossroads, and I was praying for something again, back, 2 years later, 2.5 years later, I was praying for a sign from God. I was like, am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to be independent? It's our first year of marriage, and I know that things are crazy and they're going to change, and I was pregnant and I just didn't know what to do. And so I was in a Bible study on Ruth at the time, and I made the decision that I just needed to follow God and follow my husband and really what he wanted me to do, and that was to be dependent on him. So long story short, I took a little Mary Kay vacation, and so I thought it'd be really fun to get in the corporate world. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, I actually really loved my corporate job, so I can't say that. I tried the whole stay-at-home mom thing. I tried. Let me just tell you, it was so not for me. So if you are a stay-at-home mom, kudos to you. I really highly commend you. It's a lot of work, man. It's like the coordinator of chaos. You're dropping off, you're picking up, and I only had 1 kid. And then when I had 2, I'm like, whew. This is work, and I don't do chalk or Play-Doh. Let's just be clear. So anyways, so I found myself basically in a position where I was like, I've got to do something else. I can't be a stay-at-home mom. So I got myself into corporate America. I loved what I did. I was actually working for a boutique staffing firm. I started off as a recruiter, and I grew into the assistant corporate manager within 3 years. I'm somebody who's very driven. I love to work. I fall in love with whatever it is that I'm doing. I work passionately with a purpose in an intentional way. And so I was very successful where I was. I absolutely loved it. I worked for an all-women owned and operated company, and I stayed very close with my senior sales director, which is one of my very best friends to this day, Sasha Levy. And we'd go out, we'd double date, we'd do this, we'd do that together. Our littlest ones are only 6 weeks apart. And so we stayed very, very close. And she would always ask me, are you ready now? Are you ready now? Are you ready now? And I would say, no. no. I was very successful. I loved what I did. I was addicted to the success in corporate America, and I didn't see myself doing Mary Kay again. And it wasn't honestly until the spring of 2013 when my dad was diagnosed with terminal bone cancer, and then we moved him in with us in August, where I kind of realized that something was missing in my life. I worked 70 hours a week at work. I commuted 4 hours a day, literally 2 hours there, 2 hours back, which didn't really seem like a lot until I had to take care of my father with my husband who travels. He works out of town, so he's never home, and 2 kids. And so I became a full-time mom and dad half of the year because my husband travels. So I'm a functionally single mom, but not a financially single mom, if that makes sense. And so I found myself looking in the mirror December of 2013, and I looked tired. I looked like I wasn't even me. I was like, so the energy, the light had been sucked out of me. I had no drive, no motivation, no purpose, and no passion. And I immediately talked to my husband and I said, I need Mary Kay in my life. And he said, you think you have time for anything else? And I said, no, I don't even care if I sell a dime in Mary Kay. I'm not doing it for the finances. I need to do it for me. I need to do it for the fellowship. Mary Kay women and the culture of Mary Kay was what got me through my divorce the first go round. And I just knew if I was going to get through my father and just being able to take care of him and seeing him gradually decrease over the next year of his life, the last year of his life. I knew I needed a culture of women that could surround me, that could hold me up when I couldn't walk alone. And so I made the decision that very day to start my Mary Kay journey again. And so I called Sasha. I said, Sasha, you're never going to believe this, but hey, listen, can you send me an agreement? And she was like, wait, what? I'm sorry, what? And I said, yeah, I really want it for the fellowship. We met for coffee the next day and I said, listen, I honestly just signed up so that I could be with like-minded women again. I have no desire for leadership. I love what I do. I'm not going to quit my job. I'm at a very different place in my life than I was the last time. I'm very financially stable. I don't need Mary Kay financially. I want Mary Kay spiritually and emotionally for the fellowship, the culture, and just what the light that it brought in me. And she was very understanding. She said, you know what, whatever it is that God has a plan for you is your plan, and that's God's journey for you. And I'm just happy to have you back. And so 3 weeks later, I accidentally was on target for my first free car, and I was submitting director and qualifications. And you know what? I wish I could say, it was amazing and I was a director and it was awesome. But no, there was definitely bumps along the way. I mean, there always are, right? But this business isn't hard. It just takes time and energy and passion. And what's funny is I built my Mary Kay business working full time, taking care of a terminally ill father with 2 children, with a husband that was gone. 4 hours a week. The only time I ever worked my Mary Kay business was Sundays for 4 hours. I did 2 skincare classes back to back, and I dropped off what I call Borrow My Bag, which I created during my director and qualifications period because I didn't have time to do a lot of classes. I didn't have time. Time is definitely something I didn't have, and I did not sign up to spend more time away from my house. And so that was just something I was very committed that I wasn't going to do. And so I say that because a lot of times people are like, well, I don't have time, or, there are a lot of people that you just don't have time. But you know what? The cool thing about Mary Kay is that even if you don't have a lot of time, even if you work an hour extra a day, intentionally with purpose and with passion, you'd be amazed at the things that you can overcome and create. So anyways, my story kind of is right now where I am now. So that was June of 2014. I became a sales director. I wrapped up my first free car in August of 2014, and I've been driving free for a year, and I actually quit my corporate job, which I said I would never do, August of 2014 as well. My dad actually passed away in July, and one of the last conversations we had was before I left for a seminar in Dallas for Mary Kay, and he looked at me and said, Jordy, I just hope that you remember at the very end of the day that it's about memories, not money. And I hope that whatever you're doing right now with Mary Kay pays off so that you don't have to miss out the memories that I had to miss out with you growing up. And that just stuck with me. And my dad actually passed away that next Wednesday, and I went into work the next day after my bereavement, and I gave my 2 weeks, and they were very shocked, but they were very supportive because they knew I had a plan B to make a plan A. But more than that, they knew that I was doing it for the right reason. So that's really a little bit about me. And the reason I share that more than anything is the Mary Kay opportunity. I'm going to go over, how we make our money and the really cool things and recognition and all of that and the meat and potatoes of Mary Kay. And I'm just going to run through it really quick. But I think really more than anything, what I really want to get out to the world, to just anybody who's thinking about starting something, just make sure it's something that is something that you're passionate about, whether it's the opportunity or the product. If you're passionate about skincare, this is definitely the right place for you to be. If you're passionate about enriching the lives of others, this is definitely the place to be. If I could have a dream job, if I could just say this is my dream job, it would be to be a motivational speaker so that I can really teach women and people, not just women, but teach and enrich the lives of others so that they could learn from my mistakes and my choices that I made. And, everybody has to learn their own way. But I honestly feel like when I talk about the Mary Kay opportunity, I'm so passionate about what it did for my life because it did drastically change it twice. And it's given me the option to be a mom that is able to be a mom. I love my business. I feel like I never work another day in my life because I feel like every day that I'm doing Mary Kay, I'm just hanging out with girlfriends, helping them earn extra money and helping them boost their confidence. The confidence that I've seen in women change over the last year has been absolutely amazing. My word of the year for this year was discipline, and it's ended up being consistency. And last year, my word was becoming a doer, and it was humility. And so I really just kind of, when I talk about the Mary Kay opportunity, yeah, there's meat and potatoes that you're going to learn, but really the one thing, if I can convey anything in this message, it's passion. It's the passion that people have for the opportunity. When you talk to somebody about Mary Kay and they're working a business, you'll always see a light in them. You'll see that they're excited. We're always looking for the next goal. We're always looking how to constantly grow ourselves and enrich the lives of everybody else around us, and not financially make a company wealthy, you guys, but financially make your own family wealthy. It's about leaving a legacy, not just a brick and mortar whatever behind. Materialistic things fade, but leaving that legacy of the passion and how you financially changed or spiritually changed the life of somebody else is absolutely amazing. So real quick, I'm going to go through how you make your money in Mary Kay. So the very first thing I talk about is the products. So we are actually the #1 U.S. skincare and in cosmetics in the US right now. We're actually amongst the top 10 in the world. Another little fast fun fact about our products is that we were just named that the #1 skincare loyalty. So what that means is that for customer brand name loyalty, they always choose Mary Kay. I was actually, like I said, a Vivid Mac user before, so that was kind of shocking to me, but you know what, not really, because it really is all about skincare, and taking care of your skin is more important than what you put on top of your skin, because you're not taking care of it, so you need more of that stuff to put on top of your skin. So what's really awesome about our products though is that they are recession proof and cyclical. So every 90 days you wash your face, you put it down the drain, and you need new product. Thank you for washing your face. Everybody appreciates it. So basically the reason I say that is that whenever you're looking at getting into a business, you definitely want to start a business that's going to create residual income. So what I did 3 months ago, a year ago now, is still paying off every single 3 months because my customers need new products, right? Crazy. They use their products, they fell in love with them, so they need more. And so it's definitely really awesome. We have the products that we sell. We make 50% of everything that we sell, but we also save 50% of everything we buy for ourselves, right? So I want you to kind of do the math of what you spent on cosmetics last year. Mine's a pretty penny. Cut it in half, and that's why I'm a Mary Kay consultant, right? And so we definitely have the products that women want. We have a lot of different ways you can sell it. You can sell it on the go. We have websites. There's events that we have. I've got events all over, from Deer Park to Conroe to Woodlands to Cypress to Katy to Brookshire. We've got them everywhere. So it's just really neat. Wherever you are, Mary Kay is there. We have no quotas or territories. So I've got team in San Antonio and Michigan, all over the United States actually. So it's just really neat. We have adoptee programs so you can get adopted into a sales director next to you. And so it's just really neat. What company has that it's kind of like, well, I want to work for you, but I want to work in Florida, because Michigan's kind of cold, right? And for be like, okay, bye. You're going to have a boss there in a position waiting for you. I mean, that's just unheard of. And so it's just really neat that we don't have quotas or territories in Mary Kay. We also have social media. Obviously, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook is amazing. I mean, we didn't have that in 2008. Let me just tell you how much easier that has made my business for sure. So that's just a little bit about the products. Another thing is the income. So how do we make our money, right? So yes, we make half of everything we sell, but we also have a percentage of a commission that we make off of our team members. What's really neat and what I believe makes Mary Kay stand apart is that when it comes to the actual marketing plan, which is studied at Harvard, by the way, which is pretty impressive if you ask me, right? And so companies are constantly trying to figure out how to do it because we're a debt-free multi-billion-dollar company. We just hit $5 billion this year. And so a lot of companies are trying to mock it. Not mock it, but copy it, right? They're like, well, how do we do that? And honestly, I truly believe that Mary Kay's been successful because it is a direct sales company, but they pay us really well. And it's not off of your team members' profit, it's off of Mary Kay Corporate's profit. So if you're my team member and you have a party and you sold $800 retail, which is typically anywhere between 8 to 10 people at a party or class or whatever, then you're actually gonna make half of that. So $400 goes into your pocket immediately. And the $400 that you actually spend on buying the products to give to your customers from marykay.com, right? So you have your own Mary Kay In Touch website that you go on and you personally order those products. If you were my team member, I get a profit from what Mary Kay makes from what you ordered, not from what you made from the party. So that's what makes us a little bit different. We're not a multi-level marketing. We're truly direct sales. Everybody comes in making 50% off of their product or a percentage on what they make 50% because it doesn't matter if you're 1 day old or 1,000 days old. If you're a beauty consultant or a national sales director, every single person makes 50% off of the products. So that's kind of what makes us stand apart. You don't have to have a certain amount of team or sell a certain amount to get a certain amount of commission. But the more people that you do add to your team, the more commissions that you will make from Mary Kay's profit. So kind of neat. There is a car program also that's considered income because there are 3 levels of cars. The first one is a Chevy Cruze. The second one is either you have a choice. There's choices in Mary Kay. Shut up, right? So not only do you get a free car, but here's some choices. Which car would you like, right? And so if you decide, once you're a director and you actually get the black series of cars, what I call them, you can get a black Ford Fusion, a black Chevy Equinox, or a black BMW 320i. Why did they come up with a BMW? Kind of awesome. Mary Kay definitely listens to us. The fastest growing age range in Mary Kay right now is 24 to 35 years old. Are you shocked? I was like, really? Wow, that's crazy. Now there's definitely also a movement of people in 45 to 50 and above because they're retiring and they're realizing their retirement is not what they want. And Mary Kay is an amazing, phenomenal retirement program as well as a national sales director. But just so you know that's why they actually decided, well, let's just throw in a BMW because if you're going to drive a BMW, it might as well be a Mary Kay BMW, right? And so and then obviously the prestigious pink Cadillac as a top sales director. And if you decide, you know what, I have a car, I love my car, you can take the cash. But what's really neat is if you don't take the cash, they pay your car as well as 85% of your insurance for you and another household driver. Awesome, right? My husband's like, you're never quitting. I'm like, thank you for your permission, but I wasn't going to quit anyways. But anyways, and so pretty awesome. So if you have a car, you love your car, for the Chevy Cruze, the first car that you receive, you can take $375 cash. For the second series, you take $500, and for the pink Cadillac, if you don't want to drive the trophy on wheels, it's okay. You get $900 cash instead. There's a really cute saying in Mary Kay, and it's, do you know what you can drive if you take the cash in Mary Kay? Anything you want, right? So it's really neat. You definitely have options in Mary Kay, but that is an income. So what's really awesome is that an average beauty consultant, whether they do it hobby to part-time, they make anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 a month, or I'm sorry, $5,000 to $15,000 a year as an independent beauty consultant working the business hobby to part-time. And that also includes what they save on their own product as well. Now, an average independent sales director in Mary Kay has the opportunity to make anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000, $25,000 and up and up and up because there's no cap on our commissions a month. So what would you do with an extra $500 a month? And what would you do with an extra $5,000 a month? Let me tell you what you would do. You would save it and you would either put it towards debt, college, savings, kids. One of the things that Mary Kay does is the recognition and the Cinderella prizes, like the cars, diamonds, trips, all around the world, because she knows as women, we put back money into our families instead of to us, because that's just who we are. It's who we be, right? And so that's what's really neat is that she basically decided to engineer that program for us so that we could always get little gifts ourselves. So What's really neat about the Mary Kay opportunity, I believe, is that not only are our products 100% guaranteed for the customers who buy them, not at a cost to us. If somebody returns something, we actually just replace it from the company with no additional cost. But what's also really neat is that there's nothing to lose to start a Mary Kay business. It's awesome, right? At the very, very least, you save money because you're a home-based business. So you get to write off a portion of your mileage. If it has anything to do with Mary Kay miles, you get to write off a portion of your electricity, your phone bill, your mortgage, your rent, whatever it is that you do in your household, right? Because you are a home-based business. We office out of our house, so therefore you take money off of your taxes because you office out of your house. So really awesome. So there really is nothing to lose. I always say, when you think about your wildest dreams in Mary Kay, when I first started my business and I thought about my wildest dreams in 2008, my wildest dream was to make $4,000 extra a month and drive for free. That was like the gold mine for me back in that day because that's what I needed. And it's funny because now I'm like, I want to be a national sales director. And I know I've got women that are natural born leaders that are watching this video. And you're like, well, if she can do it, I can do it. And you know what? If I can make $100,000, do you know that Mary Kay produces more women who make $100,000 than any other company in the world? In the world, you know, and people are like, why'd you leave corporate? Well, I can work wherever I want from my house, at the beach, on a cruise, in Mexico, and still make $100,000 a year. Pretty awesome. All while being a mom to my children and a wife to my husband. So pretty awesome. Anyways, so there's really nothing to lose. No quotas, no boundaries, no territories. But more than anything, we have a no risk policy. What's really awesome is that at the very least, if you decide to start a Mary Kay business and you do decide to stock your shelves, which is completely optional if you decide to have inventory or not, it's definitely not mandatory. It's whatever your business needs. And you and I can meet on a one-on-one basis if you do decide to start your business. Because I honestly believe that this business is different for everybody. And what may be good for one person wouldn't be right for the next one. So I like meeting with everybody individually and really talking about what is best for them. So anyways, but what's really awesome is Mary Kay has engineered an amazing buyback guarantee as well. So if it doesn't work for you and you try it out and you're like, you know what, Jordan, it didn't end up being what I thought it was, or I didn't end up having enough time to work it, or whatever the reason may be, you can actually sell your product back to Mary Kay, pack it all up, ship it to the company, all that has been unused and unopened, and you will get 90 cents to every dollar that you spent with the company. Unheard of. Mary Kay wanted to engineer that because she truly believed that a woman wouldn't do anything unless they had a security blanket to catch them. So what's really awesome is you're also never alone. You're in this business for yourself, but not by yourself. We're definitely here to help you every single step of the way. So I'm going to lastly leave with the starter kit. Like, how do you get started? That sounds really awesome. So would you believe that it only cost $100? That's it. $100. Do you know how many times I've spent $100 at Target, like times 5, and never gotten anything back for my Target purchases? Like $100, right? The very least, $100 to save $100 is totally worth it a year, right? And not only because of the tax deductions, but just on your own personal skincare and family and friends, right? So what's really neat is it's $100 to get started, but what's even better is with that $100, you actually get over $446 of full-size product to demo, as well as samples and training material, but you also get me as your mentor, your recruiter, whoever it is that's bringing you into this business. You get them to really help you and start your business the right way, on the right track on your journey, right? And so what's really neat is the kit comes straight to you whenever you do decide to sign up. You actually get to tailor make it for you. Do you want liquid foundation or do you want mineral foundation? So it's really neat. And the starter kit itself is a beautiful bag. It's a Chanel inspired black handbag that I get stopped all the time because people are like, what's that bag? I'm like, oh, it's Mary Kay. And they're like, I didn't know Mary Kay sold a bag. I'm like, oh, no, we don't, but I can teach you how to get one. So it's really neat because it's definitely an eye stopper. And that's one of the ways that you can definitely sell your product on the go. So I'm just going to close with this. And you know what? I truly believe that there's many people that are watching this for a reason. I believe that God has a true divine intervention for you in your life. And I want you to look down at your feet and I want you to genuinely think, if you don't move, if you stay exactly where you are, nothing is going to change for your future. But if you make the leap of faith and take that step out of fear and into faith and just know, you know what? I might earn a free car. If I don't, who cares? What am I going to have to lose? I can look twice as good for half the price, right? save you some money, right? Get some taxes back. But at the very, very least, if you never try, you'll never know. And so I truly do believe that from the outside looking in, it looked like I had everything going on in my life, financially, my marriage. I'm very happily married with 2 kids, suburbia right here, a suburban household in Katy, Texas. I mean, it really looks like everything is very well made, but on the inside I was missing something. So I truly just want to share this video with each and every one of you, obviously, so that you can get credit, get entered in for that Michael Kors purse. But one of the things I want you to text your consultant so that she can get credit for you being on the call, watching the video, is basically I want you to send her the word passion, right? Because this is a business that I am passionate about because of how it has extremely changed my life. And so I believe that when a woman gets on fire and is passionate about anything, they can move mountains. So I'm going to leave you all with this. I hope you have a very, very blessed rest of your day. And thank you once again for just being supportive of whoever it is that sent this to you.